Hi, welcome to my video on find the time given a word problem. So in this video there's two problems. This is the first one. The pedal wheel at the rear of a riverboat has a rotation represented by h of t equals 8 times sine pi over 6 times t, where h height is h in feet and the time is t in seconds. Find the times when the height is 8 feet in the first minute. So we got to find the times in the first minute. So we have one equation, which is the h of t equals 8 sine pi over 6t. And we want to find the times when the height is 8. So that means the h of t is equal to 8. So since the two equations each equation represents the height, that means that 8 sine pi over 6t equals 8. So we're trying to find the time when the height is 8. So we divide by 8 on each side, and we get the sine of pi over 6t equals 1. So in this case, we're going to let a equal pi over 6t. So the sine of a equals 1. So the sine of a equals 1. That means a must be 90 degrees. And I notice I work in degrees, but because the equation is in terms of a radian, that means that the 90 has to be changed to pi over 2. Hence, if a is pi over 6t and a is pi over 2, that means that pi over 6t is equal to pi over 2. That's for one value of t, so we're going to find all of them. So it's, because that's radians, instead of 360 times n, we have 2 pi times n. Again, where n belongs to the integers. So let's solve this equation for t. Now we have a fraction, so we can multiply by 6, and then we can divide by pi over 6. But if I want, I could multiply by 6 over pi. Multiplying this expression by 6 over pi gives me 1t. So if I multiply by 6 over pi times the right side, and I multiply 6 over pi times each term in the right side, let's see what happens. And again, where n belongs to the integers, the pi's cancel out, 6 cancels out, so I get 1t. Right here, the pi's cancel out, and I get 6 divided by 2 is 3. Right here, the pi's cancel out, and I get a positive 2 times 6, or 6 times 2 is 12, so it's a 12n, where n belongs to the integers. So notice we have time, the first, so we can say we have n and we have time. So if we make n to be 0, 12 times 0 is 0, t is 3. If we let n be 1, 12 plus 3 is 15. If n is 2, 12 times 2 is 24, plus 3 is 27. 24 plus 3 is 27. N is 3, 36 plus 3 is 39. Make that a 7. Put a 4 in. 48. 12 times 4 is 48, plus 3 is 51. Try 5. 12 times 5 is 60. 60 plus 3 is 63. So we want the times when the height is 8 in the first minute. So the first minute is 60 seconds. So the times, so what we have is, we have t, so the height is 8 at 3 seconds, 15 seconds, 27 seconds, 39 seconds, 51 seconds, 63 seconds is not in the first minute. So these are the times in seconds when the height is 8 feet. Okay, that's one problem. Let's try another one. Number 2. The height of a person on a Ferris wheel is t of h equals -8 times the cos of pi over 12, cos of pi over 12 times t minus 3 plus 10, where the height is h in meters and t8 or time is t in seconds. Find the times when the height is 6 meters in the first minute, like the first one. So we have an equation, the h of t, that's the first equation. I'm going to write that down. And we want to find the times when the height is 6. So the h of t is equal to 6. So we have an equation. Both are equal to the h of t equal to heights. So the height is this equation equals 6. So both of them are equal to the h of t. So therefore, -8 cos pi over 12 times t minus 3 is equal to 6. Oh, I forgot the 10. Whoa, almost an error here. I forgot the 10. I read this out and omitted the 10. So put the 10 in. Now it equals 6. So we have to solve the equation for cos. So we write down, move the constant over, so 6 minus 10, -8 cos, make that a cosine, t minus 3 equals -4. And we divide by -8, and we get cos pi over 12, t minus 3 equals 1/2. So we're going to let a equal pi divided by 12 times t minus 3. So a equals 1/2. And if a equals 1/2, then the reference angle for 1/2, again we got the 30, 60, 90, 30, 60. Opposite 30 is 1/2. Opposite angle 60 is √3 over 2 and 1. So the cos of one angle gives me 1/2. And the answer is the cos of 60. The sine of 60 is √3 over 2. The cos of 60 is 1/2. So that's a 60-degree angle. So what quadrants are we in? Well, I always draw these 3. So we add sugar to coffee, and cos is positive. Cos is positive in quadrant 1. Cos is positive in quadrant 4. Again, cos is the x, which is positive on the right side, 1 and 4. So in quadrant 1 and quadrant 4, we draw the terminal arm. Reference angle is 60. So the reference angle is between terminal arm and the x-axis, right here. And the terminal arm is right here. So the reference angle goes between the terminal arm and the x-axis. And this rotation in the fourth quadrant is right around here. So A in the first quadrant is 60. And A in the fourth quadrant is 360 minus 60. So A is 300 degrees. But notice, I work it out in degrees, and then I find it easy to change the degrees to radians. So A becomes 60 is a pi over 3. 180 divided by 3 is 60. Or we can go 60 times pi over 180. And 60 goes into once, 60 and 180 goes 3 times, so it's pi over 3. Again, 180 divided by 3 is 60. And 300, again, if the reference angle is 60, pi over 3 is here. How many 60s is in the 300? We get 5. So notice 180 divided by 3 is 60. 5 times 60 is 300. So we let A, which is the angle, so we let pi over 12 t minus 3 equal pi over 3 plus, because we're in radians, 2 pi n, where n belongs to the integers. We can also go pi over 12 times t minus 3 equals 5 pi over 3 plus 2 pi n, where n belongs to the integers. So let's work this one down through, then I'll work this one down through. So we multiply, we get pi over 12 times t, and pi over 12 times 3, 3 and the 12 goes 4, so it's a negative pi over 4 equals pi over 3 plus 2 pi n. And again, belongs to the integers, I just put dots there. So we get pi over 12t equals pi over 3 minus, becomes a positive pi over 4 when we move it, and pi over 12 t, and we could keep writing this down, but a common denominator here is 12, so let's go with, we have 12 as a common denominator, so we got 4 pi. 12 is a common denominator, so we got 3 pi, because 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 5 is 4 pi, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times pi is 3 pi. I need a common denominator, so I have pi, I'm going to write, better be careful, pi over 12t equals 7 pi over 12 plus 2 pi, make that's an n there, and again, belongs to the integers, belongs to the integers, belongs to the integers. Now, again, I want a 1t, so I'm going to multiply all terms by the reciprocal. 12 over pi times pi over 12t, 12 over pi times 7 pi over 12, and 12 over pi times 2 pi n. And again, the pi's cancel out, 12 cancels out, so it gives me a 1t. The 12's cancel out, the pi's cancel out, so I get a 7, plus the pi's cancel out, so I get a 24n. So that's the time when n belongs to the integers. And so we want it in the first, so we'll let, this will be n and this will be t. So when n is 0, 24 times 0 is 0, we get a 7. When n is 1, 1 times 24 is 24, plus 7 is 31. And we'll do a 2. 24 times 2 is 48. 48 plus 7 is 55. And if we go with a 3, we'll get more. We want in the first, so that's up to 60 seconds. So that's no more for this one. And we work this one through, so we get pi over 12 times t plus 3 times pi over 12 is pi over 4. 5 pi over 3 plus 2 pi n. And again, that belongs to the integers. And again, we have to move the 4 pi, or pi over 4, sorry, to the right side and make it positive. So you can see it's just being mechanical now with your algebra. So pi over 12, common denominator is 12. 3 and 12 goes 4. 4 times 5 is 20. That's 20 pi. We multiply by 4, multiply by 4. And here we multiply by 3, multiply by 3. Keeps it equivalent. Now we have both fractions. So we have pi over 12. We add these up and we get 23 pi plus 2 pi n. And again we multiply by 12 over pi each term. We're multiplying the equation by 12 over pi on each side. So 12 over pi times 23 pi over 12. Add on 12 over pi times 2 pi n. And again, belongs to the integers all the way down. So these all cancel out to get t. 12 cancels out, the pi cancels out to get 23. Plus the pi's cancel out and I get a 24. That's an n there. And we got n and t. So when n is 0, that's a 0, we get 23. When n is 1, we get 24 plus 23 is 47. And when n is 2, we get 2 gives me 48 plus 23 is 71. And that's, so the answer for t, to have a height of 6, the t is 7. Put them in order: 23, 31, 47, and 55. So that's the times when the height will be 6 meters, and this is all seconds. So hopefully this word problem sums up the whole chapter in relation to working on sinusoidal functions, because this is the last video. I'll do one more video, which is a review of the last half of this chapter. So good word problems brings it to a close. And again, if you like the video, click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. Visit my math website, www.mathfullyexplained.com, to find more information about me, my videos, and the content. That's the content on my YouTube channel called Math Fully Explained. Thank you for viewing my video. Hope the video helped you. Bye-bye.